I am here with actor RJ Mitte, who steals every scene that he's ever been in.
I try.
So, and you succeed. So thank you very much for sitting down with me.
No, my pleasure. Thank you for making the trip.
Yes, it's spring in New York with the
Yes.
snow in the background. So why don't you talk a little bit about when you first decided to pursue acting full time as a career? I know you kind of moved out to California on your sister's dream.
Yeah, it was weird because I didn't really want to be in this industry. It wasn't really something for me. I originally wanted to. This originally turned into a career as when I booked Breaking Bad. That's when I really wanted to continue going. I wouldn't be in this industry if it wasn't for Breaking Bad. There's too much that goes into it, and it's so much drama. But when you have those moments and you're a part of a set, it makes everything worth it. That moment of being on set. And I started working when I was 13 years old, working as an extra. And I recommend to any actors, if they want to get in the industry and be a part of it, doing extra work. Because it allows you to see a set unfold. It allows you to see people that have been doing it for 10, 20 years, working in the industry that they're working in, and being a part of a live actual set with having very limited training.
Mm-hmm.
But I originally started to meet kids my own age. If you move to Los Angeles and you don't go to school, you don't join a gang, and you don't act,
Yep.
you're not going to do anything else.
Right.
You're not going to make friends. So it started as that, and then next thing I know, it turned into a career.
And what a launching pad for you to be on a show like Breaking Bad. What was that like for you being thrown into a show with such critical acclaim and such attention thrown on it?
It's insane. It's nice to have a show that was good. Nice to have a show that was unique in so many different ways and has the life of its own, and continue after the show is done, continuing the story. The story is still alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
People are still tuning into Breaking Bad, and now they're even tuning into Better Call Saul. So, and that's helping it kick it off right all over again.
Absolutely. Did you expect, and how have you coped with the level of fame that you shot to so quickly? You must get recognized everywhere you go.
I tried to avoid it.
You were.
Yeah, I don't like fame, man. Fame isn't something that people should reach for. It's not when you're reaching for fame. That's not real. It's nice that people watch the show and people love the show, and that I meet people that are fans, and it allows me to meet and see amazing things. But the thing about it is fame is not real. Like what people think of fame, what people think of celebrity, that doesn't really exist. It's imaginary. People put on a facade. And that's what I don't like, is putting on that facade. I enjoy it. I enjoy the respect of what people get from watching the shows that you're in and having that fan base. I think it's amazing. I think it's an honor. But when that's all you want, I don't think that's what people should inspire for, is that fan, because it won't last and it's not real.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with you. And now you co-starred with, obviously, with Bryan Cranston, and like I mentioned in the intro, you really did steal all your scenes. So what does that feel like watching it back and realizing the gift that you have as an actor?
I don't watch it.
You don't watch? Okay.
No, I avoid it. If I hear my voice or see myself, or I leave the room. I'm gone. I'm gone, baby, gone. It's not my thing. I'm very lucky to have worked with Bryan and everyone that was a part of the Breaking Bad cast and crew, for that matter. We had an amazing group of people that can never ever be recreated. I think they've done a pretty good job with Better Call Saul, and I think they have an amazing group of people. But what we had on Breaking Bad will never be able to be done again. And it's sad to see it go, but the knowledge that I was able to take, learning with these amazing people and growing with these people for 7 years, and I started the show when I was 14. I ended it when I was 20, turning 21. And I spent my whole adolescence. I grew up on this show. So.
And you also are on Switched at Birth.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting for that callback.
Yeah.
I think that's what everyone's waiting for. But that was an amazing set. I'm very lucky as an actor in my career because I've been able to go from one amazing show to another, do some modeling, do producing, do all these different aspects, and that help create the industry that we're in and that are important to learn. And I was able to go from Breaking Bad to Switched at Birth and very quickly, and that to me is rare to have one amazing set joining in to another amazing set. It was a great group of people, and I was lucky. I was very lucky to be a part of it.
And what challenges did you find switching from Walt Jr., which you had already been established with for quite a number of years, going to play this new character on Switched at Birth?
I think the hardest thing is getting rid of those traits, shaking those traits off, not carrying your old character in with your new character. What's nice though is the importance of what a prop does. When on Breaking Bad, I had crutches, so that was a big thing. When you saw that, you saw the crutches, you saw my character, and yes, it wasn't that you didn't get stuck on the crutches, but when you first saw him, you saw that first.
Right.
And on Switched at Birth, I play a paraplegic snowboarder that works at the free clinic that the lead character gets community service has to work there, and this love triangle ensues. So it's two very different characters,
Absolutely.
and two very different conditions. And it was really nice because I was able to utilize those conditions. And when you have something like that, you're able to take it away, and you're able to turn this character into something completely different and a whole other person. The problem though, my character was supposed to be a little bit more assholey. I think that's what they wanted. They wanted my character to be a little bit more of a douchebag, but I have a hard time being a jerk. I don't know why. I do. It takes a lot to make me be an ass. but I tried my best, and I came up with what I was able to come up with, and we had fun doing it. So.
Now, playing a paraplegic, I mean, you're really just focusing on one aspect of your acting, which has got to be tough. What was that like, knowing that you really could not use your arms or legs at all? Was that hard for you to stifle any kind of movement?
I had motion in my arms. It was just from just paralyzed from the
from the waist down. Okay.
It is very difficult actually, because you do sit all day, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you sit all day? That sounds like fun. I want to just go to work and sit all day." No. You sit all day, and it hurts after a while, and especially when you film for quite a few hours in the day, and then you do it throughout the whole day, because you get off the set from sitting and you go sit down some more. You're not up and around, and because of my CP, my muscles cramp and everything. So in the middle of the scene, my legs are spasming, and they're not supposed to be moving.
Right.
So it was challenging, but it's nice to see. And be a different person. There's a lot of things about able-bodied actors playing disabled roles and not going the other way around. And yes, I think it should go both ways. I think a disabled actor should play a non-disabled role, and I think an able actor should be allowed to play a disabled role, because that's what we do. We act. We play these characters. And me not being paraplegic, I understand that, because it's an opportunity for me to step into another life, to go through this struggle, to go through this pain, and not really so much pain, but the knowledge that my character has that I do not have. I didn't really spend time on crutches. I didn't really spend time in a wheelchair. My Aunt Kitty was in a wheelchair. She had polio. My grandfather was in a wheelchair. He was fully paralyzed. He had a stroke. I was around that, but I personally never spent a day or 2 days in a chair. And I took the chair home, and I did it, and I realized how inaccessible my place was.
Right.
And I learned a lot, and I saw how people would look at you differently, and not just look at you differently, but the way they see it, because it's the same thing with the crutches. They see that first.
Absolutely.
And yes, that was never a problem on set, but when you have outsiders, because I shot another movie where I actually was fully immobile. Not fully immobile. I still had some use, but I played a character with muscular dystrophy in a movie called Who's Driving Doug, and the way people would react, because I wouldn't really move, and I wouldn't really talk. I'd hold my face a certain way, and I would hold. It actually messed up my smile because of me holding those muscles in place, altered the muscles in my face, and that affects you, and this is the parts of being an actor, and the joys of that is learning that, and learning that muscle control, and learning these different traits of other people that are inside you and that you can utilize.
And now, using your success, you've become a spokesperson for I Am PWD.
I am. I'm a committee member on that. That's
Yeah.
with SAG and AFTRA, diversity division, and I think it's important. I think it's important to change the mindset of how people see, well, people in general, but people with disabilities, physically and mentally. I think it's important to change that, because we need to look at people as a person first, and not even think about whatever is affecting them or how, because that, in all honesty, that doesn't matter. I'm lucky though, I get to work with these amazing organizations, from being able to do Breaking Bad, and I wouldn't be able to work with these organizations if it wasn't for Breaking Bad. Well, except for one. I sit on the board of a nonprofit out of Austin, Texas. That was my grandparents, and I'm a lifetime board member, so I couldn't escape that one. They got me on that one.
Nepotism got you onto that one, right?
And it was stuck. I was stuck on that. So my fate was kind of sealed already in this industry, in the philanthropic industry, and I love it. I think it's important. I think it's a very important piece as an actor to be prevalent in the media as an advocate, and not just an advocate, but someone that I guess that wants to help and make a difference and change the mindset. Because as an actor, that's what we do. People watch us, people look at us, people see us. You can't hide, you can't go anywhere without someone seeing you. And this is part of that when it comes with fame. It's you have a certain responsibility to hold yourself to a higher regard, and not so much a higher regard as being snobby and treating people less than you, but actually putting people before you, making sure as an actor you are in the customer service business. It is our job to give people products. It is our job to entertain. We are entertainers.
Right.
We are not above anyone. We're actually below anyone. If you think about the gestures were very high regard, held up there, but they weren't anything really. And that's what we need. That's what we need to be reminded of. Is that we are all equal, and we need to show people that. And people lose that, and they see, oh, look at the attention I'm getting.
Right.
And that's nice and all, but look at all that attention you're getting. Look what you can do with that. Look what you can say to that person. Look at the difference you could have in that person's life.
Absolutely.
And people just start, they lose that over time.
And now you also are a DJ.
I am, yeah.
You have a show called Breaking Beats that
I
you're
do,
putting on.
I do.
And you're going to be touring a couple of cities.
I'll be here the 10th on BB King's is my first official day, which is amazing.
You mean that no 5-seat little place that no one goes to?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. Because, I do all this work, and I audition, and I model, and I do all this philanthropic work. But the thing about it is it's a lot of work. And I just, over time, you just get tired. And I'm lucky enough that I have the abilities to go and change my horizons, and I just not so much change, but always add, always just throw more in the pile. And it's an opportunity. I'm not a professional DJ. I'm not trying to be a professional DJ, but I want to go and have fun and play the music I want to hear. And
Yeah, absolutely.
It's Breaking Bad themed-esque. There will be some Bad music in it, but that's not really the whole thing. It's Breaking Bad theme, but it's not really, at the same time, not really Breaking Bad theme, if you catch my drift. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. No, 100%.
So,
So you're here in snowy New York.
yes.
You have any desire to do theater?
I even love theater.
Yeah.
I love theater. I've auditioned for theater productions. I've never had the opportunity. I've never been booked. But I'm working right now on doing a play in London. I'm in the midst of auditioning right now. So I'm just waiting to hear if they really officially want me. And
That's wonderful.
And just, I mean, that's all you go for. It's the life of an actor. You go in, you do your job, you hopefully they pick you out, and you wait.
And that'll bring a whole new set of challenges doing it in front of a live audience. That'll be interesting.
I don't think that's so much. I love to see a live audience because you get the feel. You know
Absolutely.
immediately if you're bombing.
Yeah.
You know if something is bad's happening. You're like, oh, I gotta change that.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. So, RJ, this has been fantastic. I really appreciate you sitting down with me. You are a very humble actor.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that I got this opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.